giving it to Thomas. Thomas trying to drive down, stops, looking inside to Sapaw. Sapaw guarded by James, gets it back, flips it out to Gapsh. 3-0 Bears a minute into this game. Here's Brody Ray with the top of the key. He's trying to drive in, gets cut off by James, and he comes back on top to Pryor. Pryor takes it all the way down and lays it up and in. Good job by Luke Pryor. Good drive down the lane, going on the right side, and then from the low post. Took that bank shot, put it home. Kate Lee getting it down to Brady James. James down to Chase Rogers. Rogers in the corner. Senior finally. Seems like he's been playing for a long time here for the Bears. A three-sport athlete. Very good athlete. With the ball in his hand, it's Cade Lee. Cade Lee giving it off to Colby James. You have the James brothers out there. Colby goes back to Lee in the corner. Getting it there is Dean. Back on top. It's Colby James with a three. It will not go. It's brought down by Pryor. 3-2 our score. Gapsh the other way. 6 minutes left to go first quarter. Gapsh trying to get a little pick from Thomas. Didn't really get it. Pulls up with a jumper. That shot will not go. And James Dean has that rebound. Dean getting it off to Colby James to the paint, to the hole. Stop. Fadeaway jumper is good. 5-2 Bears after the miss by the Salem Tigers. They come down and hit the two. Down low, here's Pryor again off the post. Yes, at the low post, he did a good job of getting away from Caden Lee, and he banks it home, a 1-point ball game. Lee getting it across to James, back to Lee. In the corner, waiting for there's Rogers, getting it back across to Lee, but he flipped it over the basket, and it goes out of bounds off Willow Springs. Salem will have it underneath their basket. Salem tried a little bit of a press there. Bears did not have a lot of problem breaking that press. Ray driving to the left, stops, looking to the top of the key, gives it to Gavin Sapaw. Right side pass to Gapsh. Beyond three, down to Pryor. He's got all 4 Salem points right now. Going up against Rogers. Pryor to the hole. Baby hook too hard. Brought down by Sapaw, who puts it back up and in. A good job by Sapaw to battle that ball away from James Dean. And he gets the bucket. Salem has their first lead of the game. Here's Lee coming up the other way. Getting in the corner to Dean. James Dean. Big tall drink of water in the corner. Double team. Flips it outside. Goes back court. It's going to be Salem Tiger ball. First turnover of the game belongs to the Bears. They'll have it on the goal line. Getting it to Ray is Gapsh. Goes to Pryor at that high post, trying to dance his way to the paint. Hands it off to Sapaw. Right down the middle, and he lays it up and in. Nice read by Pryor to hand that off to Sapaw, circling through the paint. 8-5, Salem on top. Colby James back the other way to Cade Lee into the paint. Getting it now to Brady James. Down low to Lee. Lee fires it out high. Back to Colby James. In the corner, Lee. Lee fires it inside to Rogers. His jumper is good. 1-point ball game. Salem up on top. 3:50 to go. First quarter. 8-7 our score. Brody Ray getting it to Pryor at that high post. Salem setting up very nicely on that high post. Ray getting it back out on top to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas inside to Sapaw. Off the glass and in as he beat Blaine Altermat, who just checked in the ball game. Here's Rogers with it. Getting it across to Lee. Lee going back to Colby James. Takes the three-pointer, and it's good. The James boys can shoot the three, that's no doubt. The Tiger defense cannot leave them that open. And they got blitzed on that one as Colby was wide open. Brody Ray on top to Pryor. Pryor walks with it, no call, flips it up, misses the shot, but is fouled en route by Blaine Alterman. First foul of the game belongs to the Bears, and going to the line will be Pryor. 3:03 to go. In this, the first quarter, he misses the first. Cade Moody checks in for Salem. Comes in for Brody Ray, and the second free throw is good. Stevens will come in for Luke Pryor. 11-10, Salem up, 3:03 to go first quarter in this SCA contest. With the ball right now, Brady James fires it right down the middle. Then there is Chase Rogers. Shot blocked there by Sapaw. Good job by Gavin going up, following Chase as he came in, leaned in, and got the block. Here's Moody with it. Salem up by a point. Caden to the right side, handing it off to Lincoln Thomas, who comes out near center court, resets for Salem. Thomas, guarded there by Caden Lee. Gets a pick, moves to the top of the key, thought about the three, instead goes to Sapaw. His shot no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in, draws the foul. Sapaw battling underneath that basket. His first shot hit the bottom of the rim, came back down. He was able to retrieve it and was able to put that one in. He's got 8 points, and he'll shoot the free throw, and this one is no good. Brought down underneath by Colby James. James goes in the corner. There's Rogers trying to dance in. It throws it right into the hands of Salem Tigers player Lincoln Thomas. Off to Gap. She takes his three. It's offline. Brought down by Thomas. Brought down by Stevens. Thomas was underneath the basket, but he went right underneath. Good job by Lincoln to deke the defense of the Bears. Lincoln gets double teamed, now trying to fire it inside. Ball loose on the floor. Stolen there by the Bears. I don't think Sapaw is expecting that pass. Aldermat going back out on top. Handing it there is Cade Lee. All the way across. It goes into the hands of Brody James. Now off to Colby James. 1:45 to go first quarter. 13-10 Salem. Pass goes in the corner. Waiting for it there is Rogers. Rogers moves it out to the top of the key. Inside pass. Jump shot missed. Brought down and tipped and controlled by the Salem Tigers. Caden Moody. Caden brings it up slowly to the timeline. It's away from one Bear, back to Roy Stevens. In the gaps between the circles. Looks to his left, gives it over there to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas on the perimeter, trying to get away from Lee. Drives down, stops, pulls it up, goes back on stop to Stevens. Stevens quickly outside the gaps, right wing. Inside to Sapaw. Sapaw off the glass. Missed it. Comes down into the hands of Lee. Lee flips it across. Coming up the floor is Colby James. Remember, when he was a freshman, he lit Salem up in a game here at Willow Springs. He really had a good game. With the ball's Altermat. Back to James. Back to Altermat. Takes the three-pointer, and it rims out. No good. Brought down by Moody. The ball's in and out of the cylinder. Came back out. Moody grabbed it. 30 seconds to go. First quarter, 13-10. Salem with the lead. Moody trying to get away. Had that ball picked. And here comes the Bears player laying it up and in. As Brody James with the steal. And he gets the basket. 18 seconds to go. Moody tried to get away from James. Ball's too close to his body. As now Gaps brings it down. Beyond three on top, Stevens. Left side to Thomas. Lincoln spins away from Lee. Stops, wants to put the shot up. Has it knocked out of his hands. 3 seconds to go. Off to Gaps. Gaps driving down baseline. Scooped it up and in. Count the basket. As the Tiger player Gaps drove the baseline. The basket is good. And the Tigers, after one quarter of play, lead it by a score of 15-12. We'll come back in a minute with more Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem.
The Bank of Salem is part of the MoneyPass ATM network. MoneyPass has nearly 23,000 ATMs coast to coast, and the network continues to grow. MoneyPass ATM is surcharge-free, so you won't worry about paying a fee to access your money. Regardless of where you live, work, or travel, you're sure to find a MoneyPass ATM nearby. Just look for the MoneyPass logo and use your existing Bank of Salem ATM or debit card. It's that easy, and it's all part of our commitment to providing you with superb products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to Willow Springs. Don't forget, it takes a lot of great sponsors for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like New Life Auto at 583 Highway 68, just north of Salem. Give them a call to put new life into your auto. 573-453-2757. New Life Auto. Bears will inbound it, trailing it by 3. Pass goes across. A three-pointer put up, missed off the Bears player, goes out of bounds. Quick shot by Brady James, and went out of bounds. As Brody Ray went for it, then he pulled up to letting the ball go out of bounds, and the Tiger player then has that ball stripped away from him. Taking it down and laying it up and in is Chase Rogers. Brody has had trouble this year with turnovers. Double teaming him this time. They go to Thomas. Thomas trying to drive in, gets cut off. Man-to-man coverage, tight man-to-man coverage by the Bears. Pass in the corner to Gaps. Gaps takes a quick three. It's good. Gaps fake going inside, then turned around and put up the 3. 4-point Salem Tiger lead. Colby James down the right wing. Stops, trying to go back across the Lee, and he does. Lee at center court. Looking inside, nobody's there. Goes back across the left side to Rogers. Rogers goes back to Colby James. James goes in the corner. Waiting for it. There's Lee. Lee back across to Brady Rogers. Now back on top to Rogers again. This time the shot is no good. Brought down, though, nicely by Rogers, and a foul's going to be called on Salem. I believe Roy Stevens is going to get that foul. Rogers got that rebound, moving away from the basket, and Roy kind of had reached for him as he was going for the ball, then went for the man. Gets called for the foul. Right now in the corner, it is James. James goes back to brother Colby. Colby back to Brady. 3 shot from the corner. It's good. And we have a 1-point game again. Quickly the other way, Brody Ray. Ray driving down baseline, trying to get the shot up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. 6:14 to go in the half. And Colby James will get that foul. It'll be his first. 18-17 our score. Ray with the free throw. On the way, and it's good. Salem 1 for 3 in that first quarter as far as free throws were concerned. They did have 6 rebounds. Ray has another one coming, and this one is no good. Tipped by Stevens, but it goes into the hands of Dean. Dean the other way to James. Now to Caden Lee on top to Dean. Along 2. He banks it in. We're tied at 19. Back the other way, Ray trying to dance in. Lost the ball. Stolen out of his hands by the Bears. They come back the other way. Quickly down, put that shot up and having it trickle in. For the Bears was Brady James. He's got 10. And the Tigers have an issue trying to inbound the ball. They have a violation. Another turnover. That is now their 5th. Here in the first half. Inbound pass comes out to Alderman, who just cuts back in the game. Here's James. Inside to Dean, lays it up and in. You just can't keep making these mistakes that the Tigers have with the turnovers and giving points to the Willow Springs Bears. A timeout called on the floor. That timeout brought to you by your friends at American Family Insurance. Your insurance agent there is Jonah Shaver. 729-5165. We'll come back in 30 seconds. 23 for Willow Springs, 19 for Salem. It's Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
This month's specials at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You'll find Rain-X 2-in-1 glass cleaner with rain repellent for $6.49 for the 23-ounce size. Freol deep penetrating oil for $9.99 for the 11-ounce size, and Turbo Towels heavy duty cleaning wipes, the 90 count, priced at $14.99. Stop by Napa Auto Parts store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Welcome back. I always like to thank our great sponsors, make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball. Like the Hotspot Tanning and Tuxes at the Crossroads, with 24-hour tanning available, red light therapy, and, guys, your tuxedo needs. Call them at 729-8699. That is the Hotspot Tanning and Tuxes. Here's Luke Pryor trying to get away from Dean. Has that shot blocked, but Dean's going to draw the foul. Dean at 6'4", looks more like about 6'6", but he draws the foul, and Pryor will go to the line to shoot two. Luke hits the first. He has another one coming with 5:25 to go in the half. 23-20 the score. Bears on top. Next one by Pryor. This one is no good. Brought down by Sapaw, and he's going to be fouled by Dean again. So Dean now with 2 fouls. Inbound from Gapsh on top to Pryor. Pryor, right side to Gapsh. Braden takes the 3. It's good. Braden Gapsh has 8. The Tigers. And the Bears battling it out here. Willow Springs. 5 minutes to go. Altermat going back on top. Here's Rogers with it. Getting it across to Altermat. Back in the corner, Brady Altermat. They put up a 3, and that hits from Colby James. The ball down the corner. Driving in this gap. She stops his three-pointer. It's off the iron. Brought down by James. James quickly the other way. James, right side pass to Brady James, but he stepped out of bounds. That ball turned over by the Bears, their third turnover. Salem with 5 in this first half. Bears have a 3-point lead, 26-23. Stan Stevens with you here in Willow Springs, Missouri. Early game due to the weather. That game will not be played tomorrow because being played here this afternoon. Here's Pryor trying to dance his way in. Stops, flips it up and in. Nice job by Luke to keep balance. Salem down by 1 as the Bears will inbound it. They get it in to Altermat. Flipping it back to Colby James, back to Altermat, back to James. James fires it down the corner to Brady Altermat. Across back door to James. Out to Altermat inside. They go back to Brady. That shot from the corner will not go. Tipped. And a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Altermat, Brady Altermat, for going over the back. And that'll be his first foul. They will inbound it. Walking up, Brody Ray. Ray will get to the timeline. Willow will back onto their man-to-man defense. Ray trying to get inside the Sapaw. Does off the glass too hard and then knocked out of bounds. Really went off Lincoln Thomas last, but they're going to say it went off of the Bear player last. From our angle, it looked like Lincoln got his hand on it last. We'll see if they change that. It will be Salem ball. Bounce pass inside to Thomas. Thomas trying to get the shot up. Does. But it's going to be called for a travel. Trying to go up twice. Official said he lifted the back foot. That's all you got to do. 3:33 to go now in the half with Bears up by 1. Here's Rogers down to Altermat. Lays it up. Missed it. Pryor brings it down. Pryor down the right wing to Lincoln Thomas. Salem down by 1. Off to Brody Ray. Ray driving to his right. Stops. Goes back out on top to Pryor. Pryor to Thomas. Lincoln trying to go inside. Can't. Goes to Gapsh at the top of the key. Gapsh trying to drive in, and he'll be fouled. And that should be a 5th foul. That foul is going to be on Colby James. To the line will go Gapsh. He's got 6 points in this quarter, 8 for the game. His free throw is good. Been a good ball game so far. If you're just joining us, it's now 26-26. 3:09 to go in the first half. Altermat checks out. Brady James back in. Gaps with another free throw coming. And this one is also good. Salem back up by a single point. The Bears have it in the corner. That's James. Colby, bounce pass across to Rogers. Rogers, the timeline, back to James. James out near center court. 3 minutes to go in the half. Rogers has it, and then goes over to James. Now back the other way to Caden Lee in the corner. Altermat all the way across the floor to James. James trying to drive in down low. Giving it to Lee, back to James. James all the way across the floor to Colby James. A long three, it's good. Colby James has 11 points. And the lead, 2 for the Bears. 2.5 to go in the first half. Braden Gaps hanging on to it. Key SCA matchup here. Gaps driving down, kicks it outside to Thomas. Thomas, turnaround jumper off the glass, will not go. And it's brought down by James. Quickly the other way. Colby pulls up, guarded there by Brody Ray. Trying to get by him, trying to dance in. Bounce pass right side. Rogers on the perimeter. Inside it goes to Lee. Back to Rogers from the corner for a three, and he's got that one. That's Colby James, I should say, for the three, and a timeout called by the Salem Tigers with 2:05 to go as the Bears take their biggest lead of the night, 5 points, 32-27. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
What percentage of people who take drugs end up becoming addicted, lose control of one's life, and die of an overdose? No one can say for sure. But is taking drugs worth the risk?
Get the facts. For more information, call the Healthy Dent County Prevention Coalition at 573-729-8163 or visit their website at salemcommunitycenter.org.
Well, I'd like to thank our great sponsors, make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like your friends at Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center. Dr. Ashley Cunningham is a veterinarian. Whether it be for livestock or pets, she can take care of both. Call 573-729-4031 or drop by 900 West City Grove Boulevard, and also by the Salem License Office in the Crossroads Shopping Center. Remember, the real IDs, they're going to be a real thing this year. Make sure you get yours if you're going to be traveling. Otherwise, you may find yourself not traveling. Get in touch with the Salem License Office to find out how to qualify. 573-729-8305. That's the Salem License Office, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Well, a couple of misses by the Salem Tigers and a couple of big threes by the James brothers. Or we could call them the James Gang, but that might either sound like an old rock group or Lunch Outlaws, and we don't want that to happen. 32-27 our score. 2 minutes exactly left in the first half. Ray comes up, met there by James. Goes right side to Gaps. Gaps guarded by Chase Rogers. Going back to Brody Ray. Now to Thomas. Thomas gets fouled. And going to the line to shoot two. Looks like Brody James. Nope, they're going to call it on Chase Rogers. So to the line, it's Lincoln Thomas. He's off the scoreboard so far, and this free throw is good. Altermat back in for his brother. Playing in for Brody. Thomas with another free throw, and this one is also good. 32-29 with 1:45 to go. Pass goes out on top. Now long three. Pinball's out of the free throw line. Now kick back and missing that shot. Brought down by Sapoff. Underneath the basket after Colby James brought one down. They had another crack at it. 32-29. Ray goes right side to Gaps with 1:25 to go. Underneath it goes to Sapoff. All alone. Missed it. Got his own rebound. Puts it up, and he is fouled. Does not get the basket. He was all alone, and he missed the shot. Did draw the foul, and goes to the line to shoot two. That foul's going to be called on Blaine Altermat. Sapoff's free throw rims out. as we mentioned the other night, he's about a 50% free throw shooter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 1:20 to go. Salem down by 3. That free throw also no good. Caught by Blaine Ultimate under control, and he brings it the other way to Colby James. James to Caden Lee. Inside it goes to Rogers. Rogers pulls it back out beyond 3 and takes the shot as Gap just let him go, and then Pryor brings down that rebound. Off to Brody Ray. Ray over to Moody. Moody goes back to Ray with under a minute to go. Ray hanging on to it, trying to get away from Lee. Stops, turns, needs some help, goes to Sapaw. Top of the key, right side pass to Capsh. Capsh underneath the Pryor. Pryor turns, spins. Baby hook shot, good. He's got 10 on the night. Tigers down by 1, 39 seconds to go. First half, 32-31. Walking up very slowly, Colby James. Now hits the timeline. Picked up there by Ray. Puts it right side to Caden Lee. Out near center court, hanging on to it, looking for that last shot of this half are the Bears. Lee hanging on, just standing there. Now he finally picks up the ball and dribbles it. Getting it over to Rogers. Now to Lee. Lee drives to the right side, flips it back across the floor. Picking it up there is James. James trying to get it back to Alderman. Quick three. It will not go. Put back up and in on the rebound by Rogers. Rogers got that rebound with 0.07 seconds left. Was able to bank it home. And the Bears scored the last minute of that half. Ended up with a 3-point lead at halftime. It is 34-31. It's been a very, very good game by both teams here so far. And we look forward to bringing you the second half of action. We are at halftime. The halftime stats are going to be brought to you by your friends over at United Country Salem Realty for sponsoring our halftime show. Appreciate them. And also, don't forget, your first half was brought to you as a courtesy of Farm Bureau Insurance. Get in touch with Willie Strader at 1414 West Scenic Ridge Boulevard or call 729-4941. Willie Strader and Farm Bureau Insurance. Those stats for halftime will come your way next in 3 minutes. It's Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free. Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
Are you wanting to know what's going on in Salem? It's easy. All you need to do is subscribe to the City of Salem's Text Blast service. First, you need the text and number 855-435-4811. Then text the word CITY for all pertinent alerts and announcements for the city. For alerts concerning utilities, text the word utility. And if you're wanting to know about parks and recreation, just text the word parks. The City of Salem Text Blast service, 855-435-4811. Subscribe today.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
do-it-yourself first with everything for your car or truck.
At K&H Auto Supply in Salem, you'll find a Power Torque 40-piece tap and die set priced at $29.99. A Performance Tool adjustable jet flame butane torch, $19.99. And Valvoline Max Life high mileage motor oil, $29.95 for the 5-quart size. Stop by today in Salem at K&H Auto Supply.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Welcome back to Willow Springs, Missouri. Stan Stevens along with you here on KSMO Media. Salem Tigers trailing by 3 at halftime, 34-31. And, of course, that halftime stat being brought to you as a courtesy of your friends at United Country Salem Realty. Babette Wells, your broker owner, right here in Salem at 605 South Main Street. Call 573-729-3148. Well, it has been an interesting first half as both teams have had leads in this game, seesawed back and forth. Bears have had a few more fouls than the Salem Tigers, like a bunch more. And so we've got Chase Rogers, Colby James, Blaine Altermat, James Dean, all with 2 fouls for the Bears. Salem Tigers have 1 foul in the whole first half. That was Roy Stevens. That's it. And so a little bit of issue could be there. Don't know if it will. May not make any difference in the game, but as the game does go on, if it gets a little bit more physical under the basket, the Bears may lose out on a couple of pretty key ingredients to their team due to some foul issues. Just have to wait and see. Well, first off, I want to thank great sponsors like On the Spot Auto Glass for helping bring you Salem Tigers. What they do is write in their name. They change out your auto glass on the spot. Check them out on Facebook or call 573-247-3608 and by Jet Tire and Auto at 800 South Park Avenue. You know, if you're needing tires or need new wheels or custom wheels or your off-road accessories, they've got you covered. Plus, they do stain inspections and other repair work, too. Jet Tire and Auto, 800 South Park Avenue, 573-729-3650. Some stats for that first half. Oh, Salem Tigers have 2 guys in double figures already. Luke Pryor and Braden Gaps both with 10 points, and Gavin St. Paul has 8. So the Tigers really getting some good scoring from their bigger guys and also from their point guard. Brody Ray has a point. Lincoln Thomas has 2. And that's all the scoring for the Salem Tigers in that first half. Salem Tigers had 12 free throws, and they made 7 of them. And they've had 10 rebounds in that first half, had 6 of those in the first quarter. For the Willow Springs Bears, they've got 2 guys in double figures as well. Brady James with 13 and Colby James with 11. They've got 6 points from Chase Rogers, and they've got 4 points from James Dean in the contest. The Salem Tigers out-rebounded the Bears in that first quarter 6-4. The Bears out-rebounded Salem in that second quarter 7-4, and they've out-rebounded them in the game by an 11-10 margin. 4 steals, 4 turnovers for the Bears, 6 turnovers, 1 steal for the Salem Tigers in that second quarter. So it's been an interesting game as the Bears outscored the Tigers in that second quarter by a 22-16 margin. So good game, as I mentioned, by both teams. But Tigers are going to have to make a few more of those free throws. They're 6 of 9, but kind of a couple of key ones. I should say 6 of 10, and 7 of 13 in that first half. But you'd like to see them shooting about 75-80% on the night. But also in that second quarter, a couple of key misses. Brody Ray and Luke Pryor each just missed on the free throws, just a tad bit short. Get those 2, and it's just a 1-point ball game. But again, a very good, entertaining first half all around here at the Mumford Gymnasium on the Brent Colley court. We are at halftime, 34-31. And as I mentioned, this has been a good one. And there's another game to follow this one. It's going to be the Lady Bears and Gainesville Lady Bulldogs, and that will follow this one. They're getting that game in again due to the weather that is impending for tomorrow, Wednesday, and even into Thursday. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back with the second half of this one. The Bears lead at 34-31. Let's take that 2-minute break. It's Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. Call 729-5761. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
Life is a series of moments. Big moments, small moments, moments you want to bottle up so they can last forever. At Edward Jones, we want to make the most of all of them. Whether you're planning for a trip of a lifetime, retirement, or just need some everyday advice along the way. That's why an Edward Jones financial advisor like me works with you to build strategies for today and tomorrow. Life is for living. Let's partner through all of it. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Leah Nash. Call me or Joe Brand at Edward Jones, 573-729-3831. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Is your back continually giving you pain? Do you constantly have headaches? Do you have numbness or tingling in your arms, hands, legs, or feet? These are symptoms, and they're a warning sign from your body. And if you'd like to know why they're occurring, Dr. Amber Duncan of Duncan Chiropractic can help. Her mission is to find the cause of the problem and correct it. Give Dr. Amber Duncan a call at 729-2321 or stop by 401 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Game ready to start. The third quarter is being brought to you by your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader, your agent. Remember, for small business opportunities or you need insurance, make sure you get in touch with Willie. They've got you covered. 729-4941-1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. Salem Tigers will inbound the ball to start this third quarter. And dear KSMO Media, our next game will be on Friday night, weather permitting, from Thayer, when the boys will take on the Bobcats, another key SCA contest. That's going to be right here on KSMO. Again, radio only, or an audio stream only. Tigers moving to Brody Ray on the perimeter, down low to Sapaw. Sapaw spins, turns, but he traveled with it. They may call him for a hook. One official called a travel. The other official called a hook on Gavin as he went around James Dean. So I guess he curled his arm as he dribbled around him. Offensive foul will still turn the ball over as the Bears have it in the offensive zone. With that ball, Colby James. James across the floor to Rogers. Chase Rogers trying to drive in. Stops, turns, kicks it outside all alone. Was Lee for the three, and he's got it. Tigers collapsed too much. Two guys went for Chase Rogers, and that left Lee wide open. And he buried it, 37-31. Here's Pryor. Pryor trying to drive into the paint. He walks with it, no call, and then misses the shot. Brought down by Rogers. Puts it down the left wing. Here's James down. He lays it in. Colby James. Suddenly the Bears have an 8-point lead. A turnover by Sapaw hurt because the Bears scored off it, a three. And the Tigers missed. They scored off that too. Here's Gapsh. Getting inside to Pryor. Pryor kicks it down low to Ray. Cody. Hang it off to Gapsh. Gapsh trying to flip it down to Sapaw. It does. Sapaw off the glass. It will not go, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul looks like it's on Chase Rogers. It'll be his third. Sapaw's 0 for 3 from the stripe, and this one is no good. Walter Matt will check in for Chase Rogers. 6:28 left to go, third quarter. A lot of time left to go in this one. Tigers have not scored here in the third quarter. Bears have added 5. That one is good by Sapong. He's got 9. Tigers down by 7. Need a few stops here. Colby James in the zone. James lifts it right side, trying to drive in. Taking it is Colby James and taking it out of his hand on a nice steal by Pryor. Here's Gaps with it on the outside to Thomas at the top of the key. Thomas starts to drive in, stops, wanted to pull up and take a jumper, but getting it his way was James. Now short jumper by Gaps is good. Braden's got 12. Tigers back to within 5. Colby James for the Bears. Goes in the corner to Alterman. Back to Colby James on the baseline. Reverse layup. Blocked there. And a foul is going to be called on the Salem Tigers. That may be on Sapah for a push from behind. That'll be on second one on Gavin. Bears, who had not had a free throw in that first half, will get their first right now. And James' free throw is good. And Barry comes in for Sapah. 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter. And had a very good game on Friday last week. Colby James hits them both. Lead out to 7 again for the Bears. With the ball, Braden Gapsch. Gapsch drives in, gets it back on top of the key to Pryor. Left side pass to Thomas, goes down to Berry and then low post. Kicking it back out to Brody Ray. Ray, right at the top of the key, looking for a pick, stops. Now wants to hand it back to Gapsch. Gapsch gets a nice pick from Berry, but couldn't get the shot off. Now Thomas driving in from 10, banks it in. 41-36 their score. James bringing it up. Colby on the right side across to Caden Lee. Caden Lee back to Colby James as they play catch beyond the three-point arc. Back to Lee in the corner, Alterman. Blaine, Alterman getting it back to Colby James. Trying to drive in, takes a 10-footer. It's good. Half-court defense of the Bears, who lead it by 7 with 4:40 to go in this, the third quarter. Barry has it from that high post. Giving it back to Ray. Ray trying to dance in, can't. Back to Gapsch. Cross to Lincoln Thomas. 4.5 to go in this, the third quarter. Cody Ray between the circles now. Goes back inside to Pryor. Pryor double team, though. Takes it to the paint, to the hole. Wants to get the shot off. Can't. Now to Barry. Baby hook. It won't go. And brought down by Dean. I don't think Dannon was ready for that. Now here's Alderman the other way. Across to Lee. Now to Dean. That shot blocked there by Gaps, and he was looking for a fast break. It didn't happen. Gaps beyond 3. Trying to get a pick from Pryor. Drives to the right side. Has that ball knocked out of his hands by James. Back they come all the way down. Lays it up and in. Great need to get rid of that ball. Couldn't do it. And James just waited for him to go around 2 other Bears. And then he just came up and took the ball right out of Braden's hand. 9-point Bear lead. Braden outside to Ray. Ray trying to dance his way in. Shot is up. No good, but he draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Brody 1 of 2 back in that second quarter. Foul called on Brody James. Or Brady James, excuse me. Free throw is good by Ray. Tigers need a run here. It's been a Colby James run of 8 points. Difference in the game is 8 points. Next one, also good by Ray. 7-point Bear lead, 3:25 to go, third quarter. Colby James with it, trying to get inside to Dean. Now back to Colby for a long 3. That one will not go. Safe ball back in the ballgame, brings down that rebound. And then they throw it out of bounds. And they're going to say it was deflected or not. The officials are going to huddle here because they don't know who touched it last. It was a kind of a pass. It looked like it did get deflected, but from our angle, we can't tell. It's going to be Salem ball. 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. The Bears got in there, got a paw on it, but was not very much of a paw. Let's put it this way. Ray trying to dance in. Stops, throws it back across to Thomas. Thomas right top of the key, a three-pointer, and it's all flying, way offline, and Dean brings it down. 2:55 left to go in the third quarter. Lincoln was wide open, and then that shot missed the entire basket, rim, hit the bottom of the backboard, about a foot off to the left. That was really off-balance shot. Long three put up and in by Brady James. And suddenly the Bears have a 10-point lead with 2:40 to go in the third quarter, and Coach Patterson calls a timeout. Timeout brought to you as a courtesy of American Family Insurance Agent Jonas Schaefer in the Crossroads, 729-5165. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem.
.240 to go in the third quarter. I'd like to thank our great sponsors like Legends Auto at 500 West Santa Cruz Boulevard in Salem for bringing you Tiger basketball. If you've got some repair needs, Legends Auto at the corner of Highway 3272 and MacArthur, 729-2884. Braden Gapsch has it at the top of the key, guarded there by Chase Rogers. Now over to Thomas, back to Gapsch. They're double teaming him as they feel the Tigers are trying to get in the ball all the time. Here's Thomas down. Lincoln trying to get inside, puts it out high to Gapsch. Gapsch thought about a shot from center court. You got Brody Way wide open. Thomas has it. Thomas back to Gapsch. Gapsch back to Lincoln Thomas. Trying to get it into safe ball, cannot. Back to Braden, 1:55 to go. Braden double teamed out there, and they're going to call a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Brady James. His second. And another timeout being called by the Salem Tigers. 1:51 to go in this the third quarter. The Bears have a 10-point lead, 48-38. We will take a 30-second break. That timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance Agent Jonas Schaefer. Remember, if you've got a divorce or you just got married, make sure that you get the beneficiary changed on that life insurance policy. Call Jonah, 729-5165. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger basketball, KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Trust wants you to know they'll work directly with anyone. You don't need a contractor to use their services. Salem Trust can then use their modern engineering software to design and construct the quality trusses specific for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of their work does. Plus, Salem Trust is locally owned and operated. Open Monday through Friday. Call Salem Trust at 729-9276 for more information.
Welcome back to Willow Springs. Salem being outscored 14-7 in this the third quarter. And the Bears now have a 48-38 lead. Game was a 3-point game at halftime. It was really a 1-point game until Chase Rogers hit the little putback jumper with 0.7 seconds left to go in the half. And the Bears have dominated here in the third quarter so far. Inbound comes to Ray. Brody Ray. Coming up against Brady James, that's a couple of fouls. Now off to Gapsch, 1:40 to go. On top, Thomas. Thomas on the free throw line. Could not get the shot off. Back to Gapsch. Guarded there tightly by Colby James. Bounce pass to Sapaw. Sapaw guarded by Dean. Back to Thomas. Thomas has that ball go off his hands. It goes out of bounds off of Thomas, and the Tigers turn the ball over. Moving the ball around the perimeter, but they're not looking for an open man. It's pretty much been the Braden Gapsch and Lincoln Thomas show with an occasional pass trying to go inside. But they're not finding anybody open, and the Bears are now leaving Brody Ray and other players pretty much open. The Tigers are not taking advantage of it. Caden Lee has it, guarded by Gapsh. Man-to-man coverage by Salem here. Giving it off to Colby James. Lee has it again on the handoff. Trying to get away from Gapsh. Lee drives to the corner, giving it to Altermat. Out on top is Colby James. Left side pass. Getting it there is Lee. Lee just hanging on to it now to Rogers. Rogers with 50 seconds to go, getting it to Colby James. 10-point Bear lead as the third quarter is winding down. Cade Lee has it, flipping it back across to Rogers. All this passing going out way beyond the three-point perimeter. With the ball is James, getting it to Lee. Lee, Rogers, and James are just playing triangle catch here. Now James starts to penetrate. 22 seconds left, guarded there by Ray. Colby James getting it to Rogers. Chase Rogers. Back to Colby James. We're down to 12 seconds left. Gets away from Ray. Stiles takes a 10-footer, trying to bank it in. No good. Sapar brings it down with 5 seconds left and hands it away. And taking the shot and hitting the shot at the buzzer was Colby James as the Tigers turn the ball over with 2 seconds left. And James buries the three as the buzzer goes. 51-38 our score here at the end of 3 quarters of play. And the Bears lead it by 13. We'll come back in 1 minute. It's Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
And welcome back. We get ready to start the fourth quarter, brought to you by Willie Strader and Farm Bureau Insurance at 1414 West City Girls Boulevard, 729-4941. They lead it by 13 with that three-pointer by James at the end of the third quarter. Here's Rogers taking it right to the hole, and he lays it up and in. And the Bears are beginning to pull away here. They have taken advantage of that last second shot twice. Here's Sapar turning around, king of the shot off. Now to Thomas for the three. It won't fall, and brought down on the backside by Brady James. He comes back the other way. Brady to the paint, kicks it down low. Waiting for it there is Rogers. Rogers from 14. That jumper's no good, but Dean has it, puts it back up and in. Count the basket and the foul. That foul's going to be called on Gavin Sapar. Dean had inside position, got the rebound, and then hesitated, but Sapar could not get around the tall, lanky forward for Willow Springs and ended up having to push him from the side. He'll get the extra shot here, and he makes it. 18-point Willow Spring lead now here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lee. Cade Moody is checked in. Now to Sapal. Sapal trying to lay it up, no good. And then Dean gets a hand on it, but he stepped out of bounds. Just a second turnover by the Bears in this second half. The inbound comes out to Roy Stevens, giving it to Gapsh. Gapsh takes a long three. It's offline. No good. Brought down by Rogers. Salem now just looking desperate. Taking it down to Alterman. He's trying to bank it in. It didn't go, and Sapar brings down that rebound. 56-38 our score in the fourth quarter. Aiden Gapsh Lost it off the foot of Colby James, and it comes down to Ray. Ray spins, trying to go away from Brady James, giving it to Stevens, and a foul is going to be called inside. Foul's going to be called, I believe, on Colby James. Trying to get a little physical under the basket as James Dean checks out and Brady Altermat comes in. Gaps gets it in to Brody Ray. Ray back to Caden Moody, who's back in the ball game. 6:25 to go. Moody hands it off to Gaps. Gaps trying to spin his way in, double team. Kicks it down low to Sapah, who banks it in. Sapah with 11. No pressure by the Tigers here. The Tigers pressed early on in the game, but did not have a lot of success with it. They've abandoned that here in the second half. Here comes Colby James the other way. The Altermat back on top, getting it down to Rogers. Chase Rogers trying to circle his way down. Turns, spins, kicks it outside to Brady James. Brady lost it, got it back. Called for travel. Altermat checks out. As Lee comes back in the game. Here's Brody Ray for the Salem Tigers. All the way down, trying to scoop it up at the bottom of the rim. Ball tipped. It comes down into the hands of Lee. Waiting for it is Rogers. Gets the shot off, but he missed it, but fouled by Roy Stevens. .5:33 to go. Stevens gets his second foul. Free throw is good by Rogers. I will say this. Bears are 4 of 4, from the stripe. Their fifth one coming. That has not hurt them at all, and they are 5 of 5. The lead is 18 for the Bears. Ray getting it to Thomas. Lincoln spins, turns, double team down to Sapah. Sapah falls down, gets knocked down. No call. Goes to Brody Ray. Ray trying to fire it into Lincoln Thomas. Thomas turnaround jumper will not go. Sapah with a rebound. He can't get it to go, but he is fouled, and he'll shoot two. Foul's going to be called on Caden Lee. Sapah to the line to shoot two, and this free throw is good. He's got another one yet to come. 2 of 6 right now from the stripe. And another one coming, and this one is no good. Brought down by Rogers. Chase. There's 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Salem Tigers have won 3 in a row. This is a key game in the SCA Conference Championship race. Right now, the Bears have the best of it. Best goes down low, laying up, missing, but he get back up and in is Brady Alderman on the miss by Colby James. 60-41 the score. Brody Ray handing it off to Moody. Moody down low to Sapah, off the glass, no good, but a foul called on Brady Alterman. Back to the line will go Sapah. Sapah 0 for 3 in that first half. 2 for 4 here in the second. Free throw's good. Pryor back in. Stevens checks out. And the next one is good as well. 4.5 to go. Fourth quarter, 60-43. Here's Colby James. Flips the left side to Chase Rogers. Rogers getting it to Caden Lee. Back tended for Rogers. Stolen by Sapah. Sapah takes it in, and he's fouled en route. Need a fourth team foul. They're going to call it a shooting foul, I believe. And they are calling it a shooting foul. Truly, I would have called that on the floor, as St. Paul was not yet in the act of shooting. But officials thought otherwise. That free throw is good. This is the way Gavin Sapaw shot against Bakersfield over at Houston. And he was really hot. But that one bounded out. 60-44 our score. 4:10 left to go with it. Here's Colby James. Bounce pass inside to Rogers. His jumper's good. Willow Springs uses their speed and movement to create openings. There's gaps all the way down. He banks it in. Right now the intensity of the game has kind of gone out, as both teams are kind of, I won't say going through the motions, but there's not the intensity as there was early on. Alderman has it, puts it up and in. Still an 18-point Bear lead with 3:30 to go. Gaps comes down. Goes inside to Sapaw, scoops it up, won't fall. Alderman brings down the rebound. Lee will bring it up the floor, giving it off there to Rogers. Rogers back to Alderman to Rogers, scoops it up and in. And the Bears are just walking away with this one at this stage, as they are dominating Salem on the floor right now. Here's Gapsch trying to drive in, goes in the corner to Thomas. Thomas underneath the Sapaw, banks it in. Walking up very slowly, Colby James. Just get to the timeline. He does make it. He's got 22 in the night, and that one rims out. Sapaw with another rebound. He's had a good fourth quarter. He's got 8 points here in the fourth quarter. 17 on the night. Big three put up and in by the Tigers' Braden Gapsch. Got 17, but the lead pretty distant now. 15 points for the Bears. We're in no hurry to give the Salem Tigers the ball back. Go back out on top. Brady James has it. Moody trying to steal it, gets a foul. 2:12 left to go in regulation. Tigers need pretty much a miracle because they have really struggled here in the second half. Lee fires it across. Ball stolen away by Sapaw. Sapaw takes it down and lays it in. Nicely done by the Tigers. Big man Gavin Sapaw read that pass to Dean and stole it away. Salem still down by 13 with 1:58 to go. Still got a chance, but Rogers brings it down low to Dean and he scores. 9 points for Dean on the night with 1:40 to go. Moody sets up. 1:39 to go to Lincoln Thomas. Salem down by 15 again. Down back to Sapaw, who lays it up and in. $21 points now for Gavin Sapaw. Rogers gets it over to Brady James. James trying to drive in is fouled there by Thomas, and the ball will not go in. Lincoln will get his first foul. Each team in the bonus now. Chase Rogers to inbound it. Looking out high. Flips it out there to Brody Thompson, who just checked in the game. To Altermat. Now back to Rogers. And 13 to go. Bears looking to go to 13-8. A long three up and good by Colby James. And James now has 25 points. He'll check out. And coming in the ball game will be Holt McGinnis. Tigers will make substitutions as well, as this game is undecided with 1:05 to go. 16-point lead by the Bears. Salem will inbound it, giving off to Brody Ray. Ragsdale checks in. Corby Ball in. Also in there is Wofford. Shot by Ray for three is good. 50 seconds to go. Coming up the floor, Alterman. Blaine Alterman holding on to it. Fires it backside, trying to get it back to Blaine. They kick it out on top to Cisco. Cisco's jumper's too short. Brought down by Wofford. Wofford to Brody Ray. Now to Ragsdale. 30 seconds to go. Ragsdale trying to get it inside. Gets it to Wofford. Gets it back. Goes on top in the corner. Barry takes the three. It's off the rim. No good. And captured by Cisco. The other way. Long pass goes down to Thompson in the corner. Out on top. Giving it to Dean. He's standing there. Nobody's going to challenge him. 8 seconds to go. He flips it back to Alterman, and this one's going to come to an end in favor of the Bears by a final score of 71-58. And the Salem Tigers' three-game winning streak has come to an end. They fall to 2 games under 500 at 10-12. The Bears move to 13-8, 3-1 in the SCA. Salem falls to 2-2 in the SCA Conference. Well, interesting game for the first half, and then the Bears kind of open it up in the second half. Outscoring the Salem Tigers 17-7 in that third quarter. That was really the difference, as both teams ended up with 20 points in that fourth quarter. But the Bears win it by 13, 71-58. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back. It's Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
It's officially home buying season and the market is heating up. Buying a home is a huge decision and where to get your home loan is just as important. Don't buy your home without checking into Riverways Federal Credit Union's great rates and service. Riverways is not for profit and has more ways to say yes, and you can apply in less than 5 minutes. Need a pre-approval to help seal the deal? We've got you covered. Get started at Riverways FCU today. Riverways Federal Credit Union, located in Rolla, Salem, and Cuba.
Place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Winter car care is going on right now. K&H Auto Supply in Salem, and you get Parts City conventional motor oil, 5-quart size, and a microguard filter for $25.99. Brake Best brake parts cleaner, 2 for $8, and a 2-ton jack stand for $34.99. Stop by K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City auto parts store.
Parts City, yeah, Parts City, Parts City.
Reality check number 36. Shouldn't your personal banker know you, well, personally? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. The first thing we do is get to know you. Are you a planner or a last-second guy? Have a house full of crazy kids or an empty nest? We aren't just your banker. We're your neighbor who helps with money. We might even spring for a cup next time we see you in the coffee shop. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
What percentage of people who take drugs end up becoming addicted, lose control of one's life, and die of an overdose? No one can say for sure. But is taking drugs worth the risk?
Get the facts. For more information, call the Healthy Dent County Prevention Coalition at 573-729-8163 or visit their website at salemcommunitycenter.org.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today.
Always like to thank the great sponsors help us bring you Tiger basketball, like Moe's Cleaning Service, Get more for your money. Call Melissa Callahan, be it commercial or residential, at 573-201-0430, and she can do the job for you and get your residence or business cleaned up the way you want it. Mo's Cleaning Service, Melissa Callahan, 573-201-0430, proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. And Discount Bins at 1201 Scenic Ridge Boulevard East, right here in Salem. Remember, on Thursdays they're closed to restock, and then Fridays they'll open up with some incredible values that just keep getting better and better as the weekend and the week goes on. Call 573-543-2113. Discount Bins, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Here's the third quarter of the undoing of the Salem Tigers in this one. They got outscored 17-7, got off to a slow start. The Bears scored the first 8 points of that third quarter after already having a 3-point lead at halftime. They had an 11-point lead, and Salem never recovered from that deficit in that third quarter. They got as close as 9 after that in the second half, but that's it. And the Bears hung on at the Mumford Gymnasium here in Willow Springs on Brent Colley's court. And, of course, they win it by a final score of 71-58. Leading scorer in the game, Colby James, with 25 points. He had in the contest a heck of a ball game. He scored 5 threes himself in the game and finished up with 4 rebounds. 25 points for Colby James, 14 for Chase Rogers. He added a number of 5 rebounds himself. So, again, the guard work for Bears, very good in this game. Brady James finished with 16 for the Bears, and he had 4 threes himself. And then James Dean finished with 9 points for the Bears, 4 for Brady Alterman in the contest. Rebounds by Brady James, he had 1, and also 1 for Jace Sisko. Blaine Alterman had 1, 3 for Brady Alterman, and James Dean had 6. 3 points also for Caden Lee in the contest, and he had 2 rebounds for the Bears. The Bears were finished with 23 rebounds in the game. They were 5 of 5 in the front of the free throw line. They had 8 turnovers and 5 steals. For the Salem Tigers, Gavin Sapal led the way with 21 points. Braden Gapsch had 17. Luke Pryor finished with 10, but the Tigers were pretty well shut out the rest of the way. Brody Ray had 3 and 4 for Lincoln Thomas in the contest. Salem Tigers did a great job rebounding in the first quarter, but then got out-rebounded the rest of the way. Had only 15 for the game after having 6 in that first quarter, and they were out-rebounded by 8 by the Willow Springs Bears. Leading rebounder for Salem, Gavin Sapal, with 8 rebounds, 3 for Luke Pryor, 2 for Cade Moody, 1 for Roy Stevens, 1 for Eli Wofford in the game. Salem Tigers finished 14 of 23 from the free throw line. They had a lot of free throw opportunities, and even if they had gone 75%, it would not have made a difference in this game. But it would have kept the game a little bit closer, maybe even at halftime. But if Salem would have been virtually perfect, they would have been maybe even with the Bears are down by 1 or so. But still, nonetheless, 14 out of 23, a little bit better than 50%, almost 60%, but still not where you really want to be. Like to be that 75% range, if at all possible. That's how you win some basketball games. That was not the case tonight. But a lot of free throws for Salem, nonetheless, which is showing they are going inside tonight, as Sapal led the way with those 21 points and 8 rebounds. They just couldn't get it done. Also, early in the game, Luke Pryor had 10 points all in the first half and was a dominant force, but the Bears shut him down in the second half. He had nothing in the second half whatsoever. Salem had 10 turnovers, 3 steals in the contest. Salem now 10-12, 2-2 in the SCA. The Bears, they improved to 13-8, and they're 3-1 in the SCA. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back, wrap things up for Willow Springs. It's Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Every day we share personal information, like when you write a check, apply for a credit card, or even make a call on a cell phone. And the Bank of Salem wants to pass on some tips on how to protect yourself from identity theft. Don't carry around more checks, credit cards, or identification information than you really need in your wallet. Make sure you always safely store those items and other important documents. Plus, you should always choose passwords and PIN numbers that will be tough for someone to figure out. These tips are brought to you by the Bank of Salem, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Right now at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem, you can get Seafoam High Mileage Motor Oil Treatment for $10.59. That's for the 16-ounce size. Seafoam Concentrated Fuel Injector Cleaner for $4.49 for the 5 1/4 ounce size. And Mac products starting at $2.59 each. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store today at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard, right here in Salem.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free. Have you seen Townscreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem License Office, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, and the Main Street Country Corner Cafe, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Townscreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Townscreen in Salem.
I'd like to thank our great sponsors like Technology Junkyard for bringing you Tiger basketball at 37,228 Highway 72 in Salem. Open 10 to 6 Monday through Friday. And if you need repair service for your TV or computer or other electronics, get in touch with them at 573-453-0418. They also can recycle and repurpose your monitors and computers and other electronics. Technology Junkyard in Salem, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Salem will be off tomorrow. This game was scheduled to be on Tuesday. They will be at Thayer Friday, take on a very tough Thayer Bobcat team at Thayer. Always a tough place to play. And as of right now, that game is still scheduled for a JV game at 6 with the varsity matchup to follow. And that will be on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7, and audio streamed on KSMO Media at KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. Our Lady Tigers are playing, Cuba currently, or probably very close to being over there. They will be at Steelville on Thursday at 5:30. Again, that's all weather permitting with the JV and varsity matchup, which will be their next contest. But again, the Tigers tonight lose it to the Bears by 13, 71-58. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here on KSMO Media, and we'll be back again with you Friday night from Thayer, Missouri, and the Tigers take on the Bobcats. For Ben back at the station, my name is Stan Stevens. Thank you for joining us on KSMO Media. We hope you have a great rest of the evening. Watch out for that weather, and good night from Willow Springs.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of Salem Tiger sports on KSMO. Today's action was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Town & Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Taxmasters, Town & Country Insurance, City of Salem, Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Jadwin Smith Auto Body, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Salem License Bureau, Jet Tire and Auto, Legends Automotive LLC, Discount Bins of Salem, American Family Insurance, Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Carty, Flying W Boutique, New Life Auto, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Inc., United Country Salem Realty, Babette Wells Broker Owner, On the Spot Auto Glass, The Hot Spot Tanning and Tuxedos LLC, Your World Today, Hubs Tire Center, Technology Junkyard, Moe's Cleaning Services. Be sure to join us again next time for Salem Tiger Sports, exclusively on KSMO.